What is going on? I'm zmoT. Now, your Lasertrons are probably gone. Let me know how the Lasertrons went for you. Did you guys go up and up? Did you go down and up? Did you win more? Did you lose more? Our task force strangely lost 2 operations. We never ever lose ops. I'm going to blame Lasertrons. I was definitely to blame. I did a stupid attack on Maze with them. Anyways, let's get into my bread and butter here. I am the absolute expert on warships this season. As you can tell, if I could scroll further, I think I'm like 19-1, just absolutely getting punched squarely in the face by everyone, giving away free wins. This account was as high as 18, and I've been doing an experiment. Partially an experiment. It's basically just not changing anything and collecting keys. This account, the other account is doing actually not even far better, just slightly better. We are going to show you this tech tree. I am doing different things on this account. I do not have mortars. I do not have Zookas. We do not have the laser ladies. And realistically, to go to the next engine room level, you probably want to have Kavan, you probably want to have laser ladies, and you probably want to have rifles. It seems like that is the meta going forward for every single season. We shall see. Now, I also could max my rocket launchers. We're just going to see what the heck we can do in the 5 engine room level. I've heard from a bunch of you that going to 5 was not a good choice for you. We are going to go get Scorchers. Don't care about Scorchers, but I do care about those shock launchers. That is going to be helpful. Then I'm going to take this top path, and we're going to ignore Kavan on this account. Probably the wrong choice of things to do. But that isn't my primary concern at the moment. Also, probably should have considered maybe maxing my rocket launchers, and instead of taking my shock launchers to 5, taking them to 4 does everything you need. So just silliness on my part there. Also, just a quick note, if you're going to go Kavan instead of Everspark, you might have to go up and get critters. Your mileage may vary. YMMVIANL. I'm not. Anyways, all of those acronyms do stand. Now, this is going to be a quick video. I am, as always, swamped. Don't know what's going on. Just swamped always. So I am simply going to pick up all of these things. By the way, quick reminder, please submit your decks. Send them to me, send them to Reddit, whatever. Reminder, I made this decking. I did not make this season. Please submit some decks. You know, if you don't, Supercell's going to be making those same boring decks. Looking like my mic is a little bit on the loud side. Hopefully that's not the case. I'm going to build this deck. I'll be back. Actually, not build the deck. I'm going to build a base. I'll be back ever so shortly. Here's the thing, when you do something unusual like skipping mortars when laser rangers are the troop of choice, you're going to have a bad time trying to copy a base. So first things first, we're going to get that damage amplifier out. Damage amplifier has taken over as we get more and more defenses. After that, I'm just going to have to figure out where the heck to put these things on my own, because I can't find a base that doesn't have mortars because everyone has them. So it's going to be a bit of a gong show here, folks. Okay, I copied Rev's base. Basically looked on the leaderboard, found the name that I recognized. Rev has mortars. I don't have mortars. If you want to go copy that base, do go click on number 105 global, higher or lower by the time you see this. I had to guess as to where the mines were. I'm missing a couple, I think, in a couple weird little spots. Like this one should probably be here, for example. Anyways, let's just see what can be done with Bombardiers and some heavies, and I really need to max those rocket launchers. Already massively regretting maxing shock launchers, but maybe, just maybe, things will go all right. The fact that I also have to unlock mortars means that I'm in a weird spot. Probably going to keep losing. We shall find out, though. This base looks very easy to beat with laser rangers. I don't have laser rangers, so we're just going to have to see what it is that we can do. Now, Hopefully this goes better than my first attack against a 4-engine room base. That was an absolute train wreck. I am gonna hold a second. Don't need to get my heavies in quite yet. We're gonna get a shock out there because I am... there we go. So wasn't necessarily... This is really loud in my ears. Let's get rid of that. I don't know how I ever recorded with that in my ears before. I need to get some shocks out there at some point, just assuming that those there critter launchers are going to be a pain in the butt. So far, this base doesn't seem overly scary. I think with Kavan, all of those front mines would be scary, but the fact that we've got Everspark means that the mines are not a huge concern to us. They definitely are a bit of a concern, but I think we're just going to be coming down to time here. I don't think anyone's going to be failing on my base due to the lack of mortars, but maybe, just maybe... I'm going to fail. Critter launchers can be such a pain once you get into range, but there we go. So we're starting to get a little bit of traction. Our opponent got 0 engine room, so as long as we don't fail in the next few seconds, we are going to win. Things are looking up for us. That is a plus. I don't need to get any extra engine rooms right now. So as soon as things start to get a little bit more thin, I'm just going to retreat and pull out as quickly as I possibly can. Don't go there with the innuendo stuff. That was not meant to be dirty. Come on, get the mines out of the gutters, people. We're going to get all the engine rooms, so that's a bonus. I feel like Laser Rangers would have just walked through that base ridiculously easily, so glad I did not use that base. I feel like I definitely am missing some details here as far as warships. Brain and turning off as far as warships goes on the weekends, plus starting out behind, plus missing a chest at the beginning means that I've never felt this out of whack with warships before. Yeah, there we go. So they're coming in with rocket choppas. By the way, if you are struggling at the 4-engine room level, you can get all engine rooms using Tick 1 rocket choppas. Tick 1 rocket choppas work fine. I'll show you try and show you an example of what I've been doing. So on these kind of bases that have no boom cannon over here, they have like flamethrower, a cannon behind, a boom cannon behind, and 1 sniper tower on the left. If you drop 1 rocket choppa, you can get rid of that sniper tower with 1 shock and then go get the engine room without any difficulty at all. And that's not a great example. Hopefully you guys can visualize it better than I can, and then you just drop all the rest of your troops on that right hand side. I've been getting times in the neighborhood of 2 minutes 5 seconds with Laser Rangers. On this account with Bombardiers, definitely not doing that, but avoiding going back to that left hand side or starting on the left hand side by using that 1 rocket choppa has worked very well for me. Again, Tick 1 rocket choppas. Also, sometimes at the lower tiers, people have fully forgotten about the back door and they don't have boom cannons yet. Pretty unlikely you'll see those bases anytime soon, but in the event that you do, that does work as well. Now I should be coming from this left hand side. The fact that last person fizzled, I'm just gonna go something like this. We're gonna go heavy up here, heavy up there. We're gonna drop Everspark on the bottom part, medics on the bottom part, and then just let those dudes spread, hoping that those heavies... Oh, they took a turn on the inside. Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping would happen. Also, we're going to have one of our Bombardiers walk into that boom mine almost certainly. Hopefully it's not Everspark is all I have to say. There goes the boom mine. Fully expected that to happen. Everspark giving us some extra mines. I don't know how people with Kavan are doing it. Really thinking that all of these mines are going to be a huge issue for people without Kavan. I'm just going to do the old pull-out maneuver here, and we're going to try our darndest to get rid of that critter launcher over the gap as our heavies head over into this neighborhood. Trying to get a little bit of spread here. Probably silly, like I said, but I feel like going face first into this mess would not go terribly well. So also sending things like across the gap. Love the across the gap attacks. Hopefully I think we're getting, again, full fail. I think this is just me finally spending my tokens, but so far it seems like we can go very, very, very slowly because everyone is just straight up failing on this base. So I think by now everyone should know, me included, that if you have 200-ish tokens, you're doing something probably wrong. So spend those tokens, don't waste your weekends, and know that even if you don't have things like mortars, you can crush some people at the 5-engine room level as long as you get into those shock launchers. I feel like if you're not getting into the shock launchers, you need to have Kavan and rifles and laser rangers. Couple different metas working this season. I don't consider this meta that I have as working, but obviously I'm clearing bases, so it all comes down to how badly everyone else is fizzling. Let's see what Johnny Bravo had to do. What are you doing? Rocket choppas as well? Nope. Laser Rangers. So coming in with the Laser Rangers and full on fizzling, even without mortars. That is absolutely shocking as they get stuck in the double shock launcher pit of death. Shocking. Well timed there. We are at the 11-minute mark. I said I was going to keep this video short. We'll do one more attack, and I assume we're going to lose it, but maybe, just maybe, this base is working even without max rocket launchers and without max mortars. Let me know in the comments if... Ooh, we got a 4. What the? This base is not one where I can show you that rocket chopper trick because obviously we got a cannon and a boom cannon. Too much stuff. I think I'm just going to go slow though. Shock Blaster back there. Shock Blasters, I'm going to bring in an extra boat of heavies because Shock Blasters and I are not super duper friendly. Now, we can bring in our Bombardiers nice and early because that rocket launcher, maybe we'll bring in our rifle dudes in behind. Don't need to drop Everspark yet. Dropping Everspark yet would be bad. As a result, we are not going to do that. Also, I think that flare might have been bad. Now that we're starting to get close to that there critter launcher, I'm going to bring in Everspark. Then I'm going to bring in some more of the dudes. Probably going to lose at least one Bombardier to that cannon because I should have let them shoot over that gap, but I didn't. And now Everspark is going to try to die. So we're going to try to avoid Everspark dying by using that critter swarm. There we go. Starting to get things in the right sort of direction. Everspark's critters not helping those Bombardiers up top. Those things are not going well on this attack. Sure, we've done a couple decent things, but my timing has not been good. Now you see why I lost so much at the 4-engine room level. Let's get this next boat of heavies. I'm going to hold them so that we can get them across into a bunch of those mines, basically sacrificing them like lambs. I'm not sure why. Actually, I do know why the term sacrificial lambs. Never mind. We're going to get you into there. Going to get some more critters out. Like I said, these attacks are not going to be spectacular. They're not even going to be great, but hopefully they are going to help you a tiny bit as far as more of what I'm saying, more of what I say and less of what I do. So far, timing not at its finest on any of these attacks. Sending in way too many troops, way too late, timing just not at its finest. And you definitely need to be on top of your timing when it comes to critter launchers and shock blasters and all of the rest of the things. So as those troops start to get close, come on, let's get at least one shock at the right time. There we go. At least we did one thing haphazardly, decently. Now, our number one big concern for me is going to be that shock blaster, because without that shock blaster, we should be able to walk through the rest of this without any issues at all. And now we should be on easy street. Should be able to walk through all of this stuff. Everspark's gonna bring us some critters. We're gonna lose a couple more troops, but not the end of the world. Clearing all of the things, 100% troop damage. Definitely, we should be way faster than this. Way faster than this. And I always say we, because you guys are in my back pocket as inspiration and giving suggestions and helping out. Sadly, you're involved in the bad part of my season as well. We will turn it around. It's just a matter of time. Probably, I would assume before Friday, and then spring break is starting very soon. Next season starts after the time is changed, which is awful. Time change is awful for Warships. I will be campaigning yet again for Warships to start with 3 out of 4 chests. Bumblebee YouTube, don't know that person. Do go check out their channel, though. Again, that is not me saying I know them or they're good people, but any views on any Boom Beach related YouTube channel are a good thing. More content creators, the better. Giving Boom Beach more eyes. That's going to be it, though. I am going to end the video there. Surprisingly, very, very surprisingly, picking up 3 straight wins at the 5-engine room level. Trying to sneeze away from the camera. Hopefully that didn't explode your eardrums. Not using my headset, so I can't just flip the manual mute. I'm sorry if that exploded your eardrums. Moving on up. I shall talk to you soon. Thank you for coming in and doing all of those YouTubey things, liking, sharing, subscribing, and keeping your submarine diving, your sculptor busy. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. Peace.